The Light FM presents Community Spotlight, a program designed to focus on what's important to you in your community. Now, here are your hosts, Troy and Tricia.
Thank you so much for joining me on Community Spotlight today. So glad you're here. Our guest is Christina Delaney. Christina is a nurse with a heart to help mothers. Christina, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
We want to hear about your organization. You had it on your heart to start an organization to help mothers. Tell us what the name is and what you're currently working on.
Our name of the organization is called Cherished Mom, and we are currently working on our main project, delivering free self-care boxes to new moms after they view a required series of educational videos surrounding postpartum mood disorders.
Now, how did this get started? Tell us a little bit more about what you've seen. Is there a need for this? Is there an opening or a deficit in the educational period?
Absolutely. I think there's a huge gap in education when it comes to new moms and their mental health, and there's just not enough resources, support, or education surrounding that. So it got started after I had my own experience with postpartum psychosis. When my youngest was 5.5 months old, and I was 5.5 months postpartum, and I spent 2 weeks in the psychiatric unit. And when I followed up with my OBGYN after the fact to let him know that this happened, and I told him, I said, I'm a registered nurse. I had no idea that this could happen. And he told me, he said, that's a heck of a way to find out about it. So that comment didn't really strike me until, I guess, years later to realize that's not how it should happen. So I was never screened. I didn't know about postpartum psychosis. I knew very little about postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety. So it really led me to a newfound passion, a truly God-given passion to help moms, to let them know that they're not alone, that these things can happen. They're very scary, but they're very treatable conditions.
So you're talking about a period of time before pregnancy all the way through pregnancy. Tell us the time period we're talking about.
We call it the perinatal time, and it's really when they're pregnant and a year postpartum. And really, sometimes women struggle even after that. But really, it's focusing on when they're pregnant and the year postpartum.
What is happening to the body to make this such a risky time for our mental health?
Well, there's so many hormonal changes going on. If they have risk factors, if they have stress going on, especially when you bring a new baby home, there's this new period of time that you're new mom. So it's not just a birth of a child, it's a birth of a mom. And sometimes the baby's not sleeping. So if baby's not sleeping, usually mom is not sleeping. Mm-hmm. And if mom is not sleeping, that does a number. It can do a number on the emotional health of a new mom. Not all moms experience mental health challenges as a new mom. Usually the first 2 weeks, it's very common to have the baby blues. But if after 2 weeks a new mom is struggling, it's probably something more than that.
I'm guessing this is compounded by the fact that we're almost told to be so happy because you're pregnant or you're a new mom. You're supposed to be happy and glowing, and you sort of feel like maybe something is wrong with me because I can't achieve that emotion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why moms don't seek help, because they feel like they should be happy and be so blessed to have this new baby, which is very true. We put so many pressures on new moms to feel like they should and absolutely be happy about this blessing, which the child is a true blessing, and I don't discount that at all. But sometimes it's so difficult, and that's the point that we want to relay, that it's okay to say something if you're feeling not okay.
So education and awareness is key for helping mothers in this vulnerable state.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what some studies are coming out now that maybe it could be prevented if moms are going to counseling sooner or getting help sooner. So when I had my experience, I knew I probably needed to get help, but I never did. And it could have cost me my life. And that's just, it is a major key, education and awareness.
Tell us what is in your self-care box. How are you meeting this need?
So in our self-care boxes, it's whatever moms could really use to take care of themselves. Because a lot of moms today, they think that self-care is a luxury, and that is so far from the truth. I didn't really learn about self-care until after my crisis, when I had to practice self-care to take care of me. Because we will not be our best selves unless we take that time out, even if it's just for 5 minutes. So in the boxes, we plan to put things like bath bombs, lotions, teas, hot chocolates, coloring books, journals. I mentioned somebody yesterday, playing cards, anything that moms could indulge in to take 5 minutes for themselves.
When do you think you'll have these self-care boxes available? Because it sounds like a great idea, needed.
Yes, we hope to in the next month. We're going to have to launch them on a small scale locally first, depending on funding and all of that. And we hope to do that in the next month.
So tell us, if someone's listening to this right now and maybe they are a mom going through this, or they know someone who may be at risk for this, how could they get more information about self-care and about the needs that need to be addressed?
They can go to our website, www.cherishedmom.org, and they can find out more about our organization. We haven't yet we're working on putting our education and resources and all of that on our website as we speak. So that will be up there soon, but they can find our blog and our story sharing platform, more about us and everything there as well.
What about volunteers? Can you use volunteers?
Oh, we can always use volunteers. They can contact us there or email us at info@cherishedmom.org, and we will definitely plug them in.
So what is your website again, Christina?
www.cherishedmom.org.
What a wonderful thing you're doing. Christina Delaney, thank you so much for what you're doing and for speaking to us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
We hope you enjoyed today's Community Spotlight, covering issues that matter to you in your community. If you have a question for future programs, just call 800-330-9648. That's 800-330-9648. Be sure and join us next week for another Community Spotlight with Troy and Tricia on The Light FM.